Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me again. So today's talk and self-inquiry meditation is on finding refuge in an awakening heart. When we trust in our awakened hearts by seeing things for as they are, we trust in our open heart to guide us with confidence, with calmness, with clear seeing, with compassion, patience, courage, right? And we don't get stuck in fear. Are fearful moments and days and situations going to come? Yes, they are. Again, it's for seeing things as they are. But instead of getting caught on judging myself, criticizing myself, I'm like, okay, fear's here, judgment's here, again, reactivity's here, because we are so conditioned to get stuck in, fear's here. So instead of letting the fear be here and really being present to the emotional state that we're in, we prefer to, okay, fear's here, stress is here. Let me either push it away with some type of self-soothing, or let me pretend like it's not here, repress it. Or also it's like, oh, you'll be fine. Just get over it, right? How many times have you heard that from your parents growing up? I know I did. And I know I've also been someone to say those words, because as I grew up in my upbringing, I didn't have time to get vulnerable, to be in pain, to hurt, to cry. I essentially have been on my own since about 16 years old, so I've always had to take care of myself. So the bad thing with that is that, of course, you get stuck in the survival mode of just do, suppress it, repress it, push it down, and move on, sweep it under the carpet, and just move on. Yes, that can be helpful at times when we do need to get up. Lately, I've been horrible at my surfing. Actually, I'm getting better. But instead of me getting down on myself, like, oh, just suck it up, just go get out in those big waves again, you'll be fine, because I am suffering a little bit of PTSD from an accident I had recently. But instead of, just get over it, I'm like, no, Sarah, your fear's here. I could understand you're scared, and it's okay. I'm going to let you be scared. I want you to feel these feelings and let these feelings be okay. Rather than sucking it up and just going after those waves and then just essentially not letting myself heal. I was learning how to be our own best friend. It's like, you're scared or you're not doing that good. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe you did something on social media, or you reacted to someone, or you did something to make someone upset with you. You know what? It's okay. We're all human. And not give up, essentially. So maybe for me, who's suffering from a little bit of PTSD with big waves and surfing, instead of me pushing to myself over the limit and you'll be fine, that type of self-talk, no. I'm like, I see you're in a place of fear, and it's okay. You're allowed to be here. I love you. And no matter what, it's safe to have this fear and to be scared, but let's not give up. Let's take baby steps. Let's get out in the water every day and just really practice as much as possible. So being able to be tender with ourselves and be present with whatever it is that we're going through. I've really learned that we really learn how to be our own best friend. So for me, it's, finding refuge in that awakened heart of being able to let the vulnerability be here, to be okay with vulnerability being here, or anger. I'm also dealing with a situation where I have anger here, and I'm processing this anger. And so I can't just pretend like it's not there and stuff it away and go about my normal, relationships with certain people. Maybe I have to process that anger, and and being okay with it. Again, trusting in the goodness of my heart, trusting in the goodness of our hearts, and just embodying that trust, that essential goodness, that when we can give ourselves the presence for whatever it is we're going through, we are able to give this full presence for the people around us, the people that we care about. Also, when we are trusting in our innate goodness, we have almost just this strong sense of self. So if somebody says something bad about you, you're not going to easily get your confidence is not going to change because of what somebody says about you. You may want to talk with the person, you may want to have a conversation, or you may not, but your essential trust and faith in the goodness of your heart and you as a person is not going to change because something didn't go well, right? You trust in your awakened heart, in your sense of self, connected, embodied connection with self. And for me, it really starts with being present with whatever is here, whatever emotions or reactivity. Because every time we recognize when we are caught in something, whether it's repetitive thought patterns, habits that we want to change, reactivity, anger, emotions, whatever it is, when we can be present with that, we are essentially learning to be our own best friends and trusting in the innate goodness of our hearts. That we are all not bad people. We may be going through different bad, difficult problems in life. When we can connect with ourselves and trust that we all have this innate goodness, this awakening of the heart, this heart refuge, we give ourselves a sense of belonging. Now, how many of you grew up in childhood homes where, maybe your parents weren't there, they weren't around, you were neglected, right? And all we ever really wanted was a sense of belonging, a sense of, we're good just as we are. We are loved just as we are. First of all, I recognize if we're caught in reactivity, judgment, criticism, if we're caught in self-soothing, pushing something away, repressing it, distracting ourselves from it, whether it's food, drugs, social media, Netflix. Oh my gosh, the other day I watched a TV series that, oh my goodness, they get you hooked. And the next thing you know, you're going to sleep at 1 a.m. for like 5 days in a row. How are you running away from the moment? Recognizing, how are you being present with what's here? And just essentially recognizing, allowing yourself to be just as you are, and giving yourself that sense of belonging. So how can we trust that we are enough, that we are worthy of love? Not looking for it in external things. And that's a big one, right? It's like, how many years have we been doing this? These again, this comes back to Tara Brach. She likes to call it the false refuge. How are we in looking for being good enough, being smart enough, being enough, this sense of belonging. How are we looking for those things in the external world? And then how are we soothing ourselves with things? So, how can we trust in an awakened heart? Recognizing and allowing the emotion to be here, the anger, the sadness, the grief. You recognize when you're stuck in a pattern. What are the different ways that you leave the present? Learning how to be this kind witness to yourself with this presence. No judging, no criticizing, just allowing yourself to be human. Because in order to change those patterns, that's where the deep work comes in. But first, just start recognizing, allowing, and then locating it in the body. So if fear is here, anxiety, anger, sadness, grief, if it's here, where is it in the body? Go ahead and do a little bit of a practice. Close your eyes. And I want you to just think of a moment where you were triggered. Some type of anxiety, fear, anger, sadness. As you bring an arc of the story to mind, when you were triggered, can you feel it in the body? When we learn how to bring full presence to that vulnerability in the body, this is where the change comes in. This is where the transformation comes in, because you are giving full presence to that part of you that's stuck in the body, that emotion that's stuck in the body. And if you can feel it in the body, I invite you now to nurture it. Ask that part of yourself, what do you need to be okay in this moment? And if you find yourself getting stuck in the mind, drop back in the body, take a deep breath. Feel your legs against the cushion, the ground. And ask your body, ask that emotion, not the mind, what do you need to feel okay? Or what do you need to feel enough or safe? Let your body tell you. The body likes to talk in images, maybe words, symbols, and whatever comes up. So for me, I can feel fear in my stomach. It's always in my stomach. And every time it comes, I nurture that fear. It's okay. I see you're scared. I see you. And I love you. Just the way you are. What words, or maybe even a hug, hugging yourself, hugging that part of you, what does it need? So again, recognizing a situation, a trigger, or being caught in distracting, self-soothing, overeating, drinking, numbing. What is below it? What's beneath it? What's the emotion beneath it? What needs attention? So recognize, allow it to be here. Once you recognize what it is, find it in the body, and then nurture. Whatever way that looks to you. And if you can't find it in the body, knowing that's okay as well. There's no right or wrong. It's just being present with the emotion that's here. Learning to be your own best friend. Now opening your eyes slowly. So just bearing witness to whatever thoughts, reactivity, emotions that are going on, that deep presence, that embodied presence will help create so much shifts when we learn to just be present with whatever's here. A sense of it's okay to be just the way you are. You are perfect and loved and enough, and you belong. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.